Hey, today I am ranking all of the choices books, or at least all of the ones that are on this template that I found on TierMaker. I'll put the link in the description and credits there too, or I'll just put that on screen. Because I did not make this, I just kind of edited the row names. So I'm gonna just go for it because I haven't practiced or anything. So I'm gonna give you some vague opinion that I can stutter through without without contradicting myself. If that made any sense whatsoever. Okay. So Courtesan of Rome is, I think I'm going to put that very good. For now, I might change them around and stuff. A Courtesan of Rome is just a really good book. I know there's like three male love interests and one female love interest, and it's gender locked and stuff, but it's just such a good story. How can you not like it? And Across the Void, good, I think. The story, I know it went to hell, but I think I think it's still entertaining enough. I think it's mostly the graphics as well that just made it so likable to me. And Zakai, if that's how you pronounce that, and Eos. You know what? Yeah, it's a good book. I'm not going to explain myself. America's Most Eligible. This is book three, right? No, this is book two. Sort of good, yeah. It's okay. And one I'm pretty neutral about actually. I don't think it's that well written, but I mean, I've still played it a couple times. There's very few books I haven't played more than once. And then, oh no, this is book one. That's book three. Yeah, book three I think is good. It's terrible. Don't get me wrong, it is terrible. But I was pretty attached to that scam marriage thing and pretending to be a groomzilla. it's, it's I'm not saying it's a masterpiece, but I did enjoy myself, so I'll rank it higher than it deserves. A very scandalous proposal, sort of bad, not gonna lie. I don't like single love interest books because the whole point of choices is making a choice, and the only choice that really means anything is who you choose as your love interest in certain circumstances. We all know there are books where you don't get much choice in that way. Uh, and so a single love interest basically just takes away all of the choice out of choices, unless you pay money, which is like the other choice you get. Yeah, I know that has nothing to do with this book specifically, but it was one of the first, and I didn't care about it, so yeah. Um. Anyway, Baby Bump, book one and two. I can't believe I'm not putting them in the terrible section, but there are worse books out there, so they're in very bad. I thought they were just awful, very boring, and vaguely problematic, and very boring. Again, very boring. Bachelorette Party, good, because it's a funny book. It doesn't get enough recognition. It's not, once again, it's not a masterpiece, but I think it is in some ways well written because it's a comedy more than anything else. Bloodbound Book Two, oh, amazing. I'm gonna have to put it in amazing tier because it is the best Bloodbound book, and Bloodbound is a very good series. I need to stop moving the mouse around. You're gonna get a headache. And Bloodbound 3, mm, either good or very good. Wasn't as good as book 2, but it's not bad. I just didn't care anymore. I'd lost interest in the book by book 2, which is something I never thought I'd say about Bloodbound. And then the Solstice one, it's kind of hard to rank that because it's only 4 chapters. So I'm gonna put sort of good. It wasn't bad, but I don't care. I've forgotten. Well, I haven't forgotten it. It's just forgettable. I probably will forget it soon. Big Sky Country, sort of bad. I don't think objectively it's like the worst book they've got. It's just I find both really boring. I think the second book is slightly better, but they're still very boring, and I have somehow got through it twice, but I did get bored on both occasions, even with diamonds. So it's not the best ever. Bloodbound Book One, very good. It's okay. Okay, I didn't put Bloodbound Book Two up there. Yeah, it should be. Yeah, it's a good series. Wish it wasn't gender locked. I think they did the best they could with it. I don't usually like vampire stuff, so that's saying something that it's one of my favorites. Blades, very good. Ooh, it's making me want to put A Quarter of Rome into good because I do like Blades quite a bit more. Yeah, I might do that and put it at the. This is really hard. I because they're starting off with all the ones I like, so it's making it quite hard to rank them properly. But anyway, Crimes of Passion. I've almost finished it because I ran out of like my VIP subscription. I haven't played Choices in months, so I don't think it's done. But I am pretty much at the end, and I think it is very good. Which, yeah, like I went on a whole rant earlier about how much I hate single love interest books, but here we are. I actually like this one. It's my favorite single love interest book by far. I think all the other ones are at best mediocre. Shipwrecked is the only other one that I like. Spoilers for the, for the rest of this video. But yeah, that's the only one I actively really like. So, Desire and Decorum. Is this book 3 or book 1? They look very similar. No, that's 3. That's definitely 3. The book 1 cover looks way better, in my opinion. Book 3 it's good, I guess. I didn't like it that much. It's okay. I think by that point I was just bored of this whole series. And book 1 I think is good as well. Okay, putting Desire and Decorum with America's Most Eligible Book seems so terrible, but it's not that deep. It's an opinion, and if I get it wrong, even by my own standards, I don't really care. It's a tier list. Desire and Decorum Book 2 is, I think, very good. I mean, it's not my favourite series ever, but I think objectively it is a pretty good book. This, however, was the Christmas special I didn't like. I don't really remember what happened because it was that bad. So I'm gonna put it in bad. It's not. It doesn't disgust me the same way that Baby Bump does. So I'll leave it at that. Distant Shores is okay. I didn't like it when I didn't play with diamonds, but then I played with diamonds and I liked it a bit better. I think it's either sort of good or good. So okay, no, you're not gonna. Okay, yeah, it's sort of good. I'll put it there. Endless Summer, yes. Spoilers, yeah, I do like it. Endless Summer Book 1. I'm actually only going to put on good tier because that's kind of how I think about it. I think it is a lot worse than the other two, but the other two definitely aren't amazing. It's my favourite series. One of my favourite series, but we'll get to that. Foreign Affairs, sort of good. I don't think it's objectively that good, but I enjoyed myself, and I've played it twice. I'm going to play it 3 times so that I can romance sort of the love interests. That's something I usually do. I try to romance everyone, even if I don't like them, which, is very hard, because most of these people are very unbearable. Hot Coochie is so bad. I want to put it on terrible. Should I put it on terrible? Either very bad or terrible. I really hated it. The only thing I liked about it was Hazel. Every other element, every other character, storyline just made me want to vomit. The writing style feels so childish and like not in a good way. It feels like I'm watching a Disney show like thing, but without any of the depth. So I wasn't into it. No, Hero is good. I think the fact that it's one book ruins it a bit because it really did need a second book to get anywhere. We were left on such a terrible place to end a book. But yeah, the end of book 1, it was a great ending if there was going to be another book, but then they cancelled it, so no. High School Story Book 1, I'm going to put neutral. I did it, it was like one of the first books I played on this app, because I joined in like 2018 or 19, and I played the original game, so it holds a special place in my heart, but I don't actually think it's that good. Book 2, sort of bad, because I did not like that one. And same with book 3, actually. I didn't like those. I don't think it's like objectively a bad series. It's just not the type of thing I like. I don't like school settings or these like sugary sweet characters. So yeah, not into it. High School Story Class Act I'm going to put a bit higher because I think the MC is more unique and the characters are just a bit more likable for me. Did I put in sort of good or good? No, because I've made this good tier so good that I'm just going to have to put it in sort of good. Home for the Holidays is bad. You know what? Very bad. You only live once, but it's very bad. Okay. High School Story Class Act Book 2 was very bad. Not very bad in terms of the tier, but I didn't like it. Dare I put it in bad? Yeah. I didn't like I thought it was so pointless. You can pay for these people to win and then it's the same outcome every time. It was so stupid. Book 3 was a little better, but yeah, I wasn't really into that either. I got bored of it. I think books shouldn't go above 3, but some should stop at 2. I think the very good series tend to do well with 3, but in cases like this where they're not that well loved, they should just have 2 at most. But I'm not the analyst for this app, so I guess I wouldn't know. This one can be terrible because. Oh, wait, I haven't played it. No, I was getting them mixed up. I haven't actually played Immortal Desires yet. It Lives Beneath, very good. It's one of my favourite books. Can't believe it's not an amazing tier, but there we go. It's one of my favourites. It Lives in the Woods is like at the top of good, maybe very good. Oh, I don't like Desire and Decorum that much. Maybe I should just put it in good tier. Oh, I can't tell. I'll put It Lives in the Woods up there. I feel like I need a tier in between very good and good, because this is getting ridiculous. Laws of Attraction, very good. Okay, yeah, you can go down. So can you. Yeah, Laws of Attraction is one of my favourites. Especially since it was a time in Choices where I'd liked very few of their books that they'd made, like 2020 to 2021 and 2022, because I haven't played it this year that much because I just hated it so much. It was like one of the only good books in that period, so it was very comforting to know that there was something still there. Love Hacks, I'm neutral. Especially with that book. No, that one's kind of bad actually. It's nostalgic, but I don't think I enjoyed it that much when I played it. Love Hacks Book 2, on the other hand, was quite good, so yeah, I think that's a fair place. I was at least 1% emotional when it ended, so that's something. Most Wanted, sort of good as well. It's iconic, it's just, for one, they needed a sequel, and two, I didn't get attached to any of the characters or even the storyline, if I'm being honest. I did enjoy it, but I didn't care that much. Mother of the Year is good or very good. It's up here with Courtesan of Rome. It is a good book. It's not the type of book that I'd usually read, but I can still tell that it's good. Mismatch. Oh god. I don't remember it, but I don't remember liking it, so I'm gonna put it in bad. Oh god. Okay, I need a worse than terrible tier because I hate all of these so much. My Two First Loves is like one of the most horrific things I've read in my life, and it's not even in terrible. Okay. Ooh. Like, was it like chapter 72 that they introduced the female love interest? Brilliant. And Mason and Noah had no chemistry with the main character whatsoever, and they had more with each other. So, and basically everything else about it was just so poorly written, so drawn out, so cliche. I did not like it. Thank you. Nightbound is good. On the Verge are very good, but I think it was a little bit poor. Oh god. Okay, I am an Open Heart fan, but Open Heart Book 3 was just so bad. Oh my god, I can barely talk about it. Actually, no, I can talk about it too much, but rarely anything good. That's not to say it's devoid of any good qualities whatsoever. It's just Ethan made me want to gouge my eyes out. He is a villain. I hate him. I did like Tobias. I liked a few of the wedding scenes and the holiday scenes. I liked Harper. But everything else and the way they had everyone out of character, the way they ruined all of the love interests. Yeah, it was bad. But I wouldn't put it in very bad because there were good moments in it, which is quite insane. But hey, book 1. Ooh, it's either good, no good. I'm gonna have to put it in very good because it's one of my favorites. And book 2, amazing. I Yeah, it's one of my favorite series. It's just book three. I pretend it didn't happen. That's not to say it's perfect. I'm well aware that Ethan is there, and and they should have added another female love interest, and they were going to kill off Raphael just to give you more Ethan screen time. Spoilers. Yeah. Um, it's not perfect, but it doesn't mean I didn't enjoy it. There was a good amount of friendship in it, so that's that. And the main character's likable. There's likable characters. It's just a lot of it is bogged down by the bad, the bad, and I just have to get along with it. And if you can't, I understand. Passport to Romance, sort of bad. Do you remember that time in Choices where we thought all the bad books were like sun-kissed, wishful thinking, Passport to Romance? I mean, some of you probably still do, but thinking back at that now, wow, privileged because these years have been rough. There's been we have been devoid of good content. Perfect Match Book One, even though I don't like it as much as Book Two, it's still amazing. And Book Two is like probably my favorite book on this app, along with maybe The Endless Summers. Like I always get mixed up on which is my favorite. Platinum is good. It took me a while, but I'm very sure it's good. Queen Bee Book Two I didn't like. Sorry, I thought it was really bad. Book One I actually did like, so I don't know what's going on. I think my hatred for Book Two has actually ruined the amount that I liked Book One, so thanks for that. Ride or Die, it's good. Cancelled Book Two, but I don't really care because I think that was a good ending. Rising Tide was boring, but I don't think it was technically that bad. I'll put it in sort of bad. Rules of Engagement is bad. All of them bad. Just awful. I think the best one was Book Three, but I don't think that's enough to put it up. Yeah, I will, because Passport to Romance is there. Jeez. Yeah, sort of bad on this app is like still things that I would would not enjoy reading. No. Save the Date, sort of bad. It used to be my least favorite book on this app, but I just got over the first person point of view thing and tried to enjoy it. I didn't, but I tried. Slow Burn, sort of good. I mean, there was a lot of it that I hated, and the head chef is just it's like either a toddler or just really it's weird. It was like a toddler Ethan Ramsey, and it felt like a mixture of America's Most Eligible and Open Heart at first, and then it just I don't even know what happened by the end. It's not that good, but I played it and enjoyed myself at times. So yeah, Sunkissed, sort of bad. Don't think it's as bad as people make it out to be, but I do see why there are problems with it, especially with Nate being like the only love interest that gets any time. Yeah, if you romance women, I am so sorry. I do as well, but like I'll romance man if I think that's the best option. I usually just romance everyone and replay if I can get extra scenes. But if you only romance women, I am so sorry. I am so sorry. This is just okay. Yeah, Surrender, terrible. I hate it. I hate it. I the fact that there's going to be a book two. I'm going to diamond mine it, but it's going to diamond mine it, but it's going to be a nightmare for me. I'm going to hate it, and you're all going to hear about it if you stick around. You know, subscribe. Shipwrecked is sort of good, actually. I did quite enjoy it. I don't think it's as good as these though. I like being real harsh on some of these and then like real nice to others, but that's the way this tier is going. So this, oh my god, I call it the cunt heart because it is terrible. I've only even read like two chapters, but I could tell from the first paragraph that they showed us of it being like unsafe BDSM that I was gonna hate it, and I did. And it's like look, the two BDSM books are here, right? And I don't have anything against that as like a subject to have, especially since the since a lot of people enjoy that type of content. It's not the type of content that I'd usually like levitate towards, but I don't mind them writing about it. But it's just the way they write it. It's just so bad. They add no other depth to it, or like comedy, so it's just not enjoyable. Crown and Flame, book one, is sort of good actually. I didn't like book one that much, if I'm being honest, but I do like the other two a lot more. This is book three, right? Book two? I forgot, no, this is book three, right? Right? Yeah, book three, very good. Book two, good. Uh, I'm gonna say that. I think that's the right way around. They're quite interchangeable actually. I do like the second and third book quite a lot, but the first book quite a lot less. The Elementalist good book one, good. That's book two. That's still good, or is it? Yeah, very good. I don't like Beckett. Beckett used to be my favorite love interest. I'm not gonna lie, but now I just hate him. I don't know what happened. I do like the others though, but they don't get any screen time. So I was basically left with Shreya, and even then, it was just Beckett asking you to hang out all the time. The stories are good though. I mostly liked Atlas, and then book one isn't good. It used to be my favorite story, but I think I played it too many times, or the fact that I replayed it when I was like a few years older and liked it less might ruined the experience for me. I'm actually gonna put the Christmas special up there as well, even if it is 4 parts. For a 4 part book, it is still on good tier. I hate the Freshman. I'm so sorry. Actually, no, very bad. It is very bad. I hate it. that's all of the Freshman books. I think I like the third one a little bit more because Becca and Zig become love interests, but put that in bad. I'm gonna put it in bad. That seems fair. Something of Braid with Mana neutral about. I didn't hate it, but I didn't really enjoy it either. The Heist Monaco, good. It is good. I wouldn't put it in very good because characters aren't that engaging, but the story is the type of thing that I do enjoy. The Junior is probably my favorite Freshman book, so I'm gonna put it sort of good. So you can see where my opinion of that is. Nanny Affair, I do hate it. Not as much as those two, but I do hate it quite a bit. Hello? Okay. Oh, the right one, I don't know. I'm not into it. Sort of bad. Bad. It's bad. Okay. Royal Masquerade, sort of good. I didn't like it as much as I thought I was going to. I thought it would be better than it was, but I didn't find it engaging. There was like good comedic parts to it, but just not. I just wasn't that into it. Romance. This is book two. It was sort of good. I like the first 3 books, but nothing after that. No, this is book two. I'm gonna put that in good. This is book one. I've forgotten all of the covers. It's been a while since I've played. So this is book two. It's good, sort of good. Book one, book three. I'm gonna put in sort of good as well. Pretty boring in comparison, but hello. Senior, neutral. It's all right. I think it's just because the last chapter where they throw the hats, it gave me like they sort of kidnapped me into caring about the characters, even though I hadn't up until that point. And I think for fans of the book, it was a good conclusion. Sophomore, bad. Sophomore, bad. They're not that bad. When I put save the date up there, jeez. Yeah, no, sophomore, you can come up here. Nanny Affair, I'm putting in terrible as well. Moral Finale, oh god, it's bad. All of these are bad. They're not in terrible tier, but they are very bad. So boring. Unexpected Heiress, sort of good. Maybe even good, dare I say? No, sort of good. Veil of Secrets, very good. It's a book that I enjoy quite a lot. Wolf Bride, terrible. If you've seen my Bastion rants on my Instagram, you'll understand. With Every Heartbeat is neutral, because I didn't enjoy it. Partly because it was single love interest and gender locked, but mostly just because it's kind of just a romance. I know it had sad parts to it, but I've seen so many books like that, so it's kind of lost its effect on me. Wishful thinking is neutral as well. I don't think it's that bad. Witness, terrible. We all know that. It's not even worth explaining. Wait, the Dead is it very good? Yeah, it's very good. Very good on the top of good. I think because it's fresh in my mind as well, I like it a little bit more. I don't think it's actually as good as I was hoping it to be, but it's still, I didn't hate it, and I still bought every last diamond choice. I'm not even kidding. Princess Swap is, oh, it's neutral. I don't like it that much, but it's better than everything else we've got at the moment. And Untamable, also, I think with those two, I would have ranked them lower, like previously, but because they're the only two things coming out at the moment, and they're such an improvement on other things we've been getting recently, I'm thinking they're better than they are when they're not the type of thing that I enjoy whatsoever. Like Untamable is quite terrible, so actually I am gonna rank it lower. I'm seeing my brain now, so I'm gonna put it in bad, but I probably would rank them lower in the future. But yeah, that's my tier list. I'm not gonna bother rearranging them too much because I think I don't think anyone cares about the specifics that much, and neither do I, to be honest. I've tried ranking them on my Instagram before, but my opinions just keep changing, especially as time goes on and new books come out, and I realize things but there that I didn't take, like I've took for granted before. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. Bye.